decided to join me today. And God bless everybody. Matthew Miller here from Maranatha Ministries. Today we're just going to talk about the dragon in the book of Revelation. It is in 12 different verses. When you stick to those 12 verses, it can be pretty easy to deduct what is actually going on. So, Revelation chapter 12, verse 3, "And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 diadems on his head." Later in the verses, the woman is found out to be the bride of Christ. She is the church. This being the case, no one understands this. When it says 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 diadems on his heads, this is his church. This is the representation of the 10 kings that he rules this planet with, and by extenuation, his people. So, the next verse. "His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born." Here we have another key integer. The woman is of this dimension. There's only 2 dimensions. It's how the Bible starts. God created the heavens and the earth. Heaven is the spiritual dimension. Earth is the material dimension. So here it's differentiated. The dragon is from heaven. It's from that dimension. The woman is from this dimension. Skipping down to verse 7 in Revelation chapter 12. "And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back." Here you get the proof in the pudding. The dragon is an angel. And he is not alone. 1/3 of those who dwell in heaven, the angels, they have sided with the dragon. Skipping down to verse 9. "So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." Okay. There can be no debate what's going on here. Now, going down to verse 13. "Now when the dragon saw that he had been cast to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child." So here we go again. You have the dragon, a heavenly entity, and the woman, the earthly entity, the Christians. The dragon now, it's repeatedly saying this, the dragon has been expelled from heaven, and he is here. He's here. Verse 17. "And the dragon was enraged with the woman and went off to make war with the rest of her offspring who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ." Here we go again. This is talking about people. The rest of her children are the saints that the little horn is going to make war with per the book of Daniel. So now we're getting into chapter 13. Remember, I'm only reading the verses with the dragon in it. So 13:2, "Now the beast which you saw was like a leopard, and his feet were like a bear, and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority." So, take note that this beast referenced here did not come from heaven. This beast that he gives his great authority to, this beast had been incarcerated in the abyss. The abyss is not in heaven. The abyss is in creation. It's in earth. So you have to latch hold of that. That's very important in what's getting ready to come out. Now remember, how God does this, why why the apocalypse begins is God the Father coronates Jesus Christ and makes him co-regent. Thereby, there being a divine king in heaven ruling, and there's going to be a divine king on earth ruling. This is exactly what the dragon tries to do. He sets himself up as the God, as the monarch of the spiritual dimension. And he makes this beast, which is an angel, you find that out in other scriptures. This beast, this angel that was incarcerated in the abyss, he elevates him to the position of the sole monarch on earth, or in the material dimension. Verse 13, so they worshiped the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, who is able to make war with him? So here you have it. The dragon sets up the beast to be his co-regent. We're still missing an element here. Okay. Verse 13. Then I saw another beast coming out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. This is the false prophet. This is the Messiah. So this false prophet is your false Messiah, because he claims to be the son of the beast from the abyss. Yes, that's what's going on here. Okay, chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So take note. The dragon is acting like he's the god of the spiritual world. This beast he has inaugurated to be the physical authority in the material world. Now, this god of the material world has to have his anointed leader. That anointed leader is the false prophet. It's what was just said. So we go to Revelation chapter 20, verse 2, and we prove this beyond contestation. What happens? He laid hold of the dragon, that serpent of old, who is the devil or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. So take note. It is imperative that you're able to see all these things laid out categorically. Now, we're going to continue on with the verse I just read, and that was Revelation chapter 20, verse 2. We need to read the other one, because now the dragon gets put in the abyss where the beast from the earth was. This should trigger responses for you. Well, when did that happen? The Bible's very categorical in the New Testament when that happened. That happened at the flood. So this is saying that this beast from the earth was incarcerated for the very, or was incarcerated just like now the dragon is going to be incarcerated. Here it is in the next verse. Well, let me read verse 2 again for you. He laid hold of the dragon, that serpent of old, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. And he cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set the seal on him, so that he should deceive the nations no more till 1,000 years were finished. But after these things he must be released for a little while. So, this is history repeating itself. Genesis chapter 6 is true. The angels came down. Yes, they did. The book of Jude tells you categorically what happened. They abandoned their abode and took on strange flesh. This is what happened. So take note that this happens to the dragon by force. He is forced off Jacob's ladder. He is forced down here. Once that happens, his punishment is incarceration, just like this fallen angel that led the troop of angels down in Genesis 6. He's incarcerated just like he is. This sets up the narrative for you to understand. The dragon is purporting to be the celestial deity. This angel that was incarcerated in the abyss since the flood, he comes out of the abyss, and the dragon coronates him to be the terrestrial deity. Now they have to have a Messiah. That Messiah, that anointed one, is of course their false prophet. The only human in this equation is the false prophet. If you're going to call anybody the Antichrist, you need to call the false prophet the Antichrist. The other two jokers are angels. That is categorically determined with just looking up the word dragon in the New King James Version and just reading those verses. It's categorical. It takes you through the list step by step. I do hope you were edified, and I hope you're enjoying these lunchtime live streams. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please post your encouraging comments, and please post your prayers. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Godspeed.